All right. Good evening, everybody. It's good to be back on our HSM Talks Facebook Live. We are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Uh, Today, before I decide on bringing any of my guests to talk to you, I thought I'll talk to you from the heart. All of you are interested in making your child successful. All of you are phenomenally invested in your career, in the career and college planning of your child. But most of us do not know how to plan the right career for our children. Most of us do not know how to choose the right college or right university for our children. You have to understand that uh, success in today's time cannot be erratic. It has to be really well planned. And for that, you really need to put some focus on your child's education. You really need to put focus on your child's college and career planning. And that's where high school moms has emerged as India's biggest parent and student community, where we are bringing you not only leading educators, principals, school counselors, we are also bringing you variety of university options to choose from and to research about, so that you can choose the right career or right college for your child. But today, before I take my guest live on onto the stream, I thought let's discuss a little bit about how can you help your child. So there are a couple of ways by which you can help your child. One, you need to start researching yourself about careers and colleges, instead of leaving the entire decision making on the child. A 16-year-old or a 17-year-old is not capable of taking the entire decision, and that too the biggest decision of his or her life, which is about going to which university. So you as a parent is very you become very important in identifying the right college and career journey for your child. Now today, while we are live on so many Facebook pages and LinkedIn and YouTube, because I am getting beamed through a software, it's very difficult for me to flip across screens. But I really wanted to tell you that your personal time investment into your child's college and career journey becomes critical. What to search, how to search, the child doesn't know. You have to explain it to the child. Second, start focusing on finding universities and colleges which not just provide good academic knowledge, but which provides good extracurricular engagement also to the child, maybe in the form of internships, maybe in the form of clubs, maybe in the form of visiting various countries for an exchange program. These are some very critical factors for you to understand before you select the right university, because in today's time academic knowledge carries only 30% weightage. 70% weightage is to the learnings outside the classroom, what we call it as experiential learning. So please go ahead, invest your time in the right research, and please go ahead and help your child find out the right colleges and the universities. We are already way above 200 across various platforms, and it is important for me now to bring my guest uh, onto the screen. And I have with me Miss Neha Shetty from Hult International Business School. Neha has been with us on several platforms earlier, whether it was Global Ed Connect or Instagram Live. And after a long time, she's back on the Facebook Live. Hi, Neha, how are you doing?
All good, Abhishek. How are you?
Doing very well, Neha. Thank you so much. Neha, let's quickly jump onto the conversation because of the delay or technical glitch at your end.
Right.
Who are the famous? You are representing Hult International Business School, and it's truly international with multiple campuses across multiple countries. And that's what you want in a typical business school, that you are able to get multicultural, multi-ethnic exposure. Because in today's time, I cannot survive as a good business school graduate if I do not have international exposure. To be a truly global resource, I have to be truly having, I need to have a truly global experience as well, where Hult International B Schools comes into picture. But who are your famous alums that you would like to talk about?
So, Abhishek, in terms of famous of course, there are a lot of alumni, but I would like to give you more realistic examples about our students, which I have interacted with, specifically Indians, right? And at an undergraduate level, I know that students must be thinking, as well as parents, that how do you get good placements? And this is everyone's concern, because they're hardly at an age where they're making life choices, and that's the time that they're also applying for different jobs. So to back that all up and to answer your question, there are a couple of students who are really working at amazing companies such as Google, Amazon, Ferrari, Tesla. But beyond that, the kind of role that they are doing is something that I would like to discuss upon, because Hult is one of the most practical university that I know of, and the students also have experienced the same. So majority of the students that have got placed are already heading a particular region. To give you some examples, we have this Sarveen Chester. Okay, again an Indian who is working in Revolut, and he's already the global expansion manager of Bali. And we have interacted with him. I know that if there are students or parents who have already met him from India, and he's again doing damn good. Beyond that, we have somebody from Oberoi International School, which is in Mumbai, and his name is Pranav Chedda. He started his own company in San Francisco, and now he is working with Encode as an head and a CEO of a particular profile, which is of digital marketing. And that is what is important. It's not just about where which company or how famous you are, but what is the role that you're getting underneath. There is Julia, who is working into Google, and Julia is the one who is working as the program marketing manager at Google. So one thing that I would like to highlight here is that you don't have to worry about the placements when you are really building your network since year one itself. And that is something which Hult offers. It is not just the final placement, but how you build a roadmap towards your career so that you get placed in the top 24 companies, or anywhere that you specifically want. That journey is equally important.
So this is very interesting to know where your students and alums are working and the kind of roles and profile that they're handling. I also want to understand, you have this famous Ferrari challenge at your campus
Right.
every now and then. What is it all about?
Right. So, like I also mentioned, that Hult is very, very unique when it comes to the learning and academic curriculum that we offer, because it's not just relevant, but it is backed up with a lot of case studies and a lot of real world challenges that are out there at this moment. And your Ferrari example, so we had Ferrari on our campus in London in 2018. Unfortunately, that was the year which was very happening beyond COVID, and that was the time when all the corporates used to come on campus and give students real world challenges to solve. So Ferrari had come to our campus, and they gave challenge to students where they said that their cars are sold very easily, because Ferrari doesn't need a lot of branding to sell a Ferrari car. But the merchandise that they have, like a perfect of Ferrari or maybe a t-shirt of Ferrari, that was not getting sold very easily. So they asked our students to build a strategy for Ferrari to increase the sale of their merchandise. And a lot of them got internship opportunities after the same. So this was
Wonderful.
one top Ferrari challenges. But again, there are Amazon, Google, KPMG companies who are our strategic partners, who keep coming on campus with different challenges for students. And that's how practical the university is.
So, moms and dads, it's very important for all of you to understand that in today's time, going behind just the rankings does not help. What you really need to look at is a total interdisciplinary approach. You need to look at multidisciplinary approach. You need to look at experiential learning. You need to look at the kind of internships and opportunities the university provides, because some of the careers we are preparing our kids for, they don't even exist yet. Some of the careers which used to exist pre-COVID don't even exist today. The world has entirely changed. Let me just give you an example how the world changed in last 18 months. People who were supposed to treat us refused to see us. Look at that. If you had, doctor used to ask you, if you had cough, cold or fever, please do not visit me, meet me online. How sad was that? Imagine that in every city, whether it is Gurgaon, where we have cyber city, whether it is Hyderabad, where you have electronic city, whether it is Bangalore, where you have a place called Whitefield. Every city has a hub where there are 50, 100 IT KPOs, BPOs kind of organizations. And in this 500 square meter, there must be at least 500,000 employees, 5 lakh employees who are working. Now imagine, do you really think these 5 lakh employees will ever come back to office again? Most of them will never be required to come back to office again. And I'll give you the logic. First, 500,000 employees, 4 cups of tea a day, $5 a cup. We're talking about 1 crore rupees only on tea and coffee. Add to it the AC, the electricity, the water, the real estate, the toilet paper, the toilet roll, the toilet soap. You keep on adding the expense and it goes in crores. So it is no wonder when a Infosys or a Cognizant comes and says, hey, we are happy if you can work from home till next 31st of March. That's simply because they are now enjoying it. They are enjoying you working 24/7 at your expense, your AC, your coffee, your chair, your table, your expense. You would not require to come to the office. And the best part is that when pre-COVID you used to go to office, you used to shut your laptop down at 6 o'clock in the evening, and there you used to go back home. Today your supervisor knows that you're practically available at home 24/7, so we can do a call at 10 o'clock in the night. They have increased your working hours, okay, and they've reduced their costs. So these people are not coming back to office, just the critical functions might come to office. And this kind of a world today, which is so different from the pre-COVID era, requires a different approach to it. And possibly Hult International B School fits into that approach. And I want you not to believe me, but to go and research more about Hult, speak to Neha and her team, and then you will be able to understand what we really are talking about here. Neha, what are the top 5 undergrad courses available at your institution?
Right. So we offer an undergraduate program which is Bachelor's of Business Administration, wherein we offer 5 majors, which are entrepreneurship, finance, management, marketing, and business analytics. And we have 3 minors, which are computer science, design, and psychology. Now, a very unique thing about Hult is that all the majors that we have some speciality or the other. When it comes to entrepreneurship, we are ranked number 1 for entrepreneurship by Bloomberg. And also, there is something which is known for business, and that is what Hult calls as the Hult Founders Lab, where we invest in the students' ideas as well as we find venture capitalists who would do so. So we have entrepreneurship, which is really famous, but apart from that, there is finance, and our finance major is also ACCA certified. Beyond that, when it comes to business analytics, our business analytics program is a STEM course. So if students want to stay back in the US, they can have an extension of another 3 years if they're choosing business analytics with Hult. But also, because we are a very, very practical, at the same time flexible university, and we really want the students to achieve what their dreams and goals are, we do offer double majors as well. If the student doesn't like any of the minors such as computer science, design, or psychology, the students can sorry yeah, so if they don't like psychology or anything else, then the students can actually make their major their minor itself. So they can choose entrepreneurship and something else as their minor. So that is something which is important.
Neha, we have lost your video. I hope there is no problem there at your end, but
I
we are unable to see you.
on.
Anyways, so we will continue our discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, you need to understand this, that in today's time, 2 areas of specialization. If you're looking at a true business degree, and if you can major in business and minor in psychology, or if you can major in business and do minor in business analytics, then you are definitely ensuring that your child is not only placeable, but your child is also having a career of a lifetime. So that's very, very important. Neha seems to have lost her connection, but she's back on my screen. I will add her to the stream in another 30 seconds once the stream settles down at my end. However, it's very important for you to understand that in today's time, a simple BBA possibly is not the solution. The solution is a good combination of a major and a minor. And while Neha was talking about it, something that definitely came to my mind was, if I have a minor in psychology and a major in marketing, let's say, now I can go into advertising, I can go into consumer behavior, I can go into so many other areas apart from just marketing, right? I can go into market research. If I have a major in finance and I also know about business analytics, world of options open for me into fintech and consulting. So I am very happy looking at an institution which can provide me not only business management as a qualification, but where I can pick up a couple of minors which are very futuristic, maybe psychology, maybe business analytics. And that was what Neha was talking about. And that's what makes Hult special in that regard. Neha, thank you so much for coming back. What is the admission process at Hult, and how do you give your scholarships? How do you give out your scholarships?
Right. So, as you heard, that's a very practical university with a lot of diverse learning environment that students can have, because we have campuses all across the globe, and students can decide which campus they want to choose. So, at the same way, we don't want only academics to be the major eligibility criteria to join HULT, but we have a very, very holistic view of looking into an application. So, what we require is, of course, the grade 11th and the recent mark sheet of grade 12th that the students receive. We will require a letter of recommendation and a personal statement. SAT is not mandatory with HULT because we are one of the first triple accredited business schools in the US, which also means that we are AACSB, Equis, and EMBA accredited. The degree that any student will receive will be a dual degree, a US degree as well as a UK degree, and we're also recognized by the Indian government. So it's a global recognition that a student will get, and that's the reason also why we always choose our, we want the students to study in a similar background with similar mindset of students, and that's why there's a personal interview round, which is equally important when it comes to the admission criteria. Your second question about the scholarships, certainly we do offer scholarships. The scholarships are academic based, they are merit based as well as need based. So the percentage, just to give you an idea, it can vary anywhere from 20% up to 40%. If the student is academic excellent, it might go up to 50, depending upon the profile. And we are here to help each and every one with, right from starting the application till the time they're not matriculated on campus. There'll be complete support of all of us in making that possible.
Wonderful. And a very genuine question as a career counselor. Uh, and I definitely, this is for my audience. There are so many universities who come on our platform. Every university has their own speciality. Hult, I definitely believe that you're truly international because of your associations with companies like Ferrari and the other top-notch luxury brands in the world. And let's accept it that you are one of the world's oldest management consulting firm by the name called Hult. So I completely resonate from where you're talking. But what do you think, according to you, if we have to ask you as parents and as career counselors, what sets Hult apart from others? What will you answer there?
So there are a couple of things why Hult is different, and it is not just because we have campuses all across the globe. Definitely, we have it in London, in Boston, in San Francisco, in Dubai, in Shanghai, and in New York. But this is not the only thing. We are a very, very diverse university, because if you're investing in any kind of university and you're sending a child abroad, of course you want him to get maximum exposure and experience to other nationalities as well. Now Hult has around 137 nationalities on campus, but that's
Wow.
not what global. But the fact that we do not accept more than 8.5% from any nationality. So once we have reached the limit, then that's the time where we tell the students that the seats are full. So it is not the acceptance that is hampered, but of course the commitment from the students is also something that is taken into consideration. But imagine that you have a classroom of say 30 students, and out of that there are going to be 3 to 4 Indians in your particular batch. So that is the diversity that I'm talking about, which sets us way apart, because there is no dominance from any kind of nationality. At the same time, students come to me and they're like, we learned this language. I have a friend in some other part of the world, and they don't worry about their careers as much, because they know that tomorrow if they want to go to even Zambia, they have somebody who is sitting out there, who is their friend, who has studied with Hult, and they can go there anytime. This is one thing that I would like to highlight apart from the practical learning and relevant curriculum, back to a lot of case studies. So this is one major thing which I've heard.
Wonderful. Now, if there are, though we are live on Facebook group, which is more of our parent platform, But for that odd one or two students who are listening to us, uh, I mean, parents are interested in quality education and placement after that. Students too in today's time. But students are also interested in the fun things that you can do on the campus, right? So I want to know fun things student can do when they are around Hult International.
So again, like I was telling you about the diversity, as I was telling you about the campus locations that we have. We are also centrally located in each of the location that we are present in. So we're not in the outskirts of the city, but in the center. So there are a lot of things that students can do, not just in terms of fun. So I'll tell you, I have one of my current student whom I just called, and I was just checking how exciting is life at Hult. So when we ask this question to the students, they one have one major thing that they have made so many friends. Second, because it is so centrally located, and they have so many clubs and societies that they can be a part of, not just at Hult, but if, for example, anybody is interested in swimming and we don't have an in-house swimming pool, so we have already signed up with a different club, and they meet students not just from Hult but from all the other universities. So we have students from Harvard, Oxford, Stanford, MIT coming together and having being a part of a different club. We have competitions which happen between different universities, and that is something which is very, very exciting. That the fun doesn't just lie in the different activities that the students do outside campus, but it is all about some kind of learning that the students get, even if they are a student of Hult, that they are present everywhere in the city.
And ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, let me tell you, San Francisco, they have a campus in, and it is a beautiful, beautiful place. And if you cannot have fun in San Francisco, then where on earth will you have fun? So it's an amazing place to have fun while you're studying. And my request to the parents: do not raise unnecessary expectations from your kids. While we all know we want to send our kids to study abroad and be very focused on their career, but let's accept it that these 4 years are not going to come back, and they are allowed to have some responsible fun. Responsible is a very important word, but they are definitely allowed to have some responsible fun on the campus. Okay, Neha, what is this Hult study promise that you keep on talking about?
Right. So basically, we know that it has been tough times for us, specifically during COVID, and we wanted to be there for the students as much as everybody was worried how they are going to be on campus. So Hult study promise was nothing but us assuring the students that even if you all are studying online, it will be the same kind of education that you all will expect on campus as well. Because Hult is invested in the state of art technology, where the students on campus can see the students sitting at home on a projector, and the students at home can see the professor and all the students sitting in the class also from there. So when we say that you can trust us, because there is definitely the state of art technology, even if you decide that you want to do it online, but beyond that, once you're on campus as well, all the safety precautions, everything is being very well taken care of. And even when it comes to the COVID test, it happens on campus every single week. So when it comes to the Hult study promise, we want to be there for the students as much as they are committed to the university. So these are the few points that we discuss about limitless learning, about the students on campus, about the safety, about the security. At the same time, the learning experience and the quality education that we keep talking about, that doesn't affect at all during these tough times.
All right, Neha, we've talked about interesting things. We've talked about fun things. We've talked about your admission and scholarship. We talked about your top courses, major minor combinations, especially the fact that I really like you have psychology and business analytics, which are two very futuristic courses one can look at. We've talked about your alumni. My last and final question to you before I allow you to go is Hult is truly international, I understand. You've talked about so many different things about Hult. Can you just help us understand when are your applications opening for 2022 so that people are completely aware when they should actually reach out to you or your team? And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, even if you are minutely considering Hult as one of your options, or if you're considering business management as an option and have still not considered Hult, there is no harm in engaging with Neha and her team. They will handhold you. I have personally seen my students being handheld by them, where they go to any extent in making you feel comfortable about the institution, about the faculty, about the about the students, and they'll be very happy to handhold you in terms of your query. So please go ahead and ask. But Neha, to ask you, what are your timelines for 2022 now?
Right. So since I have parents here as well, I also want to talk very quickly about early decision, because everybody is super confused when it comes to applying the earliest when there is no deadline and it's November 1st. So everybody feels that November 1st is a deadline only for early decision. So that's not the case. Even if you apply early, you become a priority applicant, where you will know about the result as soon as possible. And my recommendation to everyone is, the earlier you begin your application, the better chances you have, one, of knowing your result, and you know whether you're accepted, not accepted, what is it that you need to work towards, whether you're conditionally accepted. But beyond that, you have a lot of time to then do your research about the university, and you have one tension which is gone, that yes, I am accepted, and then you can connect with the current students, you can meet the alumni who are there currently in India, attend all the events. So early application is no harm, because the earlier you apply, you have also better chances of getting good scholarships as well. So these are a couple of points that I would say. And coming back to Abhishek's question, our first deadline is on 1st of November, and the second deadline, which is one of the biggest deadline, is also on the 15th of December. So these are the two major deadlines, and then we have early decision. And anybody who is committing early to Hult and knows that Hult is going to be their only option and they're committing to the university, Hult offers a free master's for those students who are committing for their undergraduate as well. And I know parents will understand this, because by the time the undergraduate students are going to complete their undergrad studies, the cost of any education is going to go about the roof. And imagine getting a master's with no additional cost is again a very, very big deal. So these are the things that I just wanted to speak about the application deadline. But again, these are the rolling applications, and the students can keep applying as and when they are ready, or they know that Hult is going to be one of my option.
So, ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, boys and girls, if you're listening to me, one advice as a career counselor is, if you have picked on a university, please try and apply as early as possible. Do not wait for their regular deadlines or rolling deadlines. Neha, as a university rep, has her own limitations of talking from the university's perspective. As a career counselor, I can tell you, if you're considering Hult, apply to them sooner than later, simply because when you apply early, any institution, whether Hult or otherwise, they have more funds to allocate towards scholarship. And as and when they keep on accepting students, the corpus keeps on going down. So your chances of scholarships are higher when you apply early. And secondly, wow, do you know that if you plan to make your child do masters after bachelor's in an international destination, you are again looking at about 1 crore odd rupees of investment. And if you are able to commit to Hult in their early round, and if you stick around to Hult in their early round, then you get to do masters absolutely free of cost at Hult. That's a big statement to make, because you are practically hedging your risk by half, and you are ensuring that your child will not only be a bachelor's from an international B school like Hult, but also be a master's too, and that increases the placeability, employability of your child. So go ahead and make the most of it. Thank you so much, Neha, for joining us today on the edition of HSM Talks about discovering the student life, amazing student life at Hult International B School. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please go and research more about Hult International B School. Please do not forget in telling them that you heard them on HSM Talks, so that they know where are you finding the information from. Thank you so very much, Neha. Until next time, please take care of yourself, and I look forward to see you when I'm next in Mumbai.
You too. Have a good day, and thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was Neha Shetty from Hult International B School. My couple of announcements. I am bringing crazy loads of profile building opportunities under international faculty, international research programs, case studies, and international competitions for your children absolutely free of cost. I even started India's first ever inter-school high school student club called HSM Student Club, called GUIDE, GIDE. You can make your children apply to GUIDE. You can make your children participate in the amazing profile building opportunities, so that they get to the best of the university and they get the best of the scholarships. All of this information is available on our Instagram handle called High School Moms. So you just have to search High School Moms on Instagram and you will be able to find out all the information. Our next internship will now be in the month of, let me actually take the time and show you certain stats, and you will be really surprised when you look at this, that in our last two internships, how many people actually participated. So let me just quickly show you. All right. So if you actually see this, in our last two internships, one was in business and entrepreneurship, 2,700 students participated and they got certificates from Flame University in India, Singapore Institute of Management, and Huron University, Canada. And not only they learned about various nuances of business and entrepreneurship, they won scholarships from these three universities. Then we got psychology and mental health internship. 2,200 students participated. They learned about how to conduct research, how to write a research paper, how to present a case study, and they got certificates and scholarships from the universities. All of this could have costed you and me almost anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000, but I got them free of cost for your children. So please go ahead and participate in as many profile building opportunities that I'm bringing for your children and make the most of it. I am traveling to Punjab, Amritsar, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, and Chandigarh starting tomorrow, and I look forward to meet all the parents and students from Amritsar, Jalandhar, Ludhiana, and Chandigarh. And very soon, guys, I will be coming to Mumbai and Hyderabad and Bangalore and Gujarat and Maharashtra. So I will be coming all those places. Stay hooked on. Follow us on High School Moms Instagram handle. Keep following us on Facebook, and take care. Thank you.